If you're making spaghetti, you have to make this traditional recipe for meatballs.
This recipe serves 10. Start with 5 thick slices Italian bread, half bulb garlic, quarter bunch fresh parsley, 1.5 pounds ground beef, 1 egg, quarter cup Parmesan cheese, and fresh cracked black pepper.
If you have some day-old bread laying around like this one, it's great for this traditional meatball recipe. What we're going to do is we're going to start soaking our day-old bread until it gets soft. Now, if you don't have any Italian bread laying around the house that might be a day old, you can use soft white bread because we're actually soaking it to soften it up anyway, so that's okay. Push that down. Try and get it all inside the water. There we go. Now, while that's soaking, you can start your basis of your mix. We have our ground beef. Now, if you don't want to use ground beef, you can cut it. If you're not keen on just using pure ground beef and you want to use ground pork, ground veal, and ground beef as a mix, that's okay. It makes a great meatball as well. Throw our garlic in, our Parmesan, and our egg. You want to make sure you crack your egg off the side of the counter so no shells get into your mixture. Now, while you have all that in there, you want to go ahead and take your bread and kind of squeeze the water out. And we're going to go ahead and just pull this apart. Throw that in there. Repeat the same thing with the remaining 4. Just pull it apart lightly. You don't have to go crazy. Now we're going to begin mixing our meatball. And it's okay to use your hands. Obviously, you want to make sure your hands are clean before you start. And you're just going to incorporate all that together. Now, if you notice that your meatball mixture might be a little loose when mixing, you can add a little extra Parmesan cheese. And if you don't like Parmesan, you can use Reggiano. That's just as good. It works just as well. If you have some Asiago in the refrigerator and you want to add a little spice to it, add a little Asiago. It'll give a little extra flavor, a little hint, or some light notes of a little body, a little flavor, and light notes of creaminess to it. Once you have this all incorporated, we're going to go ahead and start making our little meatballs. Okay. Easy. Pick it up, palm of your hand, and just roll into little balls. If it's too big, easily rip off and re-roll. And we'll set that aside. And we'll repeat this until all our mixture is used up. It's important to make sure that all the meatballs are uniform so that they cook evenly when we get ready to start sauteing them in the frying pan. Okay, in our frying pan we have some olive oil that we put in ahead of time. Make sure your pan's nice and hot and start frying your meatballs. You want to make sure you put in a couple at a time. If you put all the meatballs in at once, it's going to create uneven heat with the frying pan and they won't cook evenly. So put in a few at a time so the temperature doesn't drop dramatically. So put a few in, let them go a couple seconds, and then start putting a little bit more in. Now we're going to cook these for anywhere between 20 to 30 minutes in the frying pan. However, if you wanted to speed things up and you really don't have time to watch them, you can go ahead and put these in the oven at about 300 degrees and just let them bake for an additional 10 to 15 minutes past the 30-minute stage here. After a few minutes have passed, you're going to go ahead and start to flip your meatballs. And you want to look for that nice caramelization on the meat, and that's an indication that you can go ahead and flip. Approximately 3 minutes to 4 minutes. And we're going to keep doing this until all the sides are nice and caramelized. And if you notice, if it splashes too high, you can just adjust your heat index to medium heat and continue flipping. Now that our meatballs are fully cooked, we're going to go ahead and serve that with some of our favorite pasta. In this case, fettuccine is mine. And then we're going to lightly coat that with some nice homemade marinara, or to guys like me, gravy. Garnish with some freshly chopped parsley. And some Parmesan cheese. Hungry for more? Find hundreds of mouth-watering recipes just like this in our digital cookbook. And remember, if you want to print out a list of ingredients and step-by-step instructions, head over to our website, digitalcookbook.tv. I'm Chef Michael Giletto. Thanks for watching the Digital Cookbook, where quick and easy cooking is always a click away.
This digital cookbook recipe comes to you from the Everything Italian Cookbook, published by Adams Media, an FNW publication company. Appliances for digital cookbook provided by Decor.
For more information, please visit our website at selectondemand.com or email us at programs@selectondemand.com. Made for on demand.